So, I've taken a big risk again. So I teach tantra, and most people think that that means I'm running orgies. But I'm not. I like to define tantra as being using relationship as a vehicle for our spiritual growth. And actually, as you said, there's often a theme. There have been several themes this evening that are very much in the work that I'm doing. And relationships, actually in the car on the way here, I was chatting with friends, and someone said, "Oh, relationships, it's just the hardest part, of life. Everything else is sorted, but relationships are such a big challenge. And we do often see so many problems in them. And in the field of Tantra, we really are looking at it in a whole different way, rather than problems as invitations for our growth. So something that I was just hacking the other day was looking at the yearning for freedom that we often have in relationships. And I'm always chatting with people about relationships and love and sex and spirituality. I've also been making a film for 4 years on the subject. And I'm really fascinated by it. And of course I have my own relationships. And one of the big issues is feeling a desire to be in a relationship and feeling torn with a desire for freedom. Has anyone ever experienced that? And different people, a few more hands going up, have different responses to how to work with that. One of the big things in the Tantra world is trying to have lots of relationships all at the same time, called polyamory. And people are discovering that that's quite hard. It's hard enough to have one. And trying to keep many going can also be very difficult. And so I want to share with you today, I thought if I've only got 10 minutes, what would I share? And it's actually a very ancient spiritual principle from Tantra. And the principle is called transfiguration. So it's coming from classical Tantra. Tantra is actually thousands of years old. It's an ancient sort of yogic path of liberation, of how to be free in this human experience. And what this is about is allowing whoever we're relating with, not only our beloved, but also our friends, the people we work with, allowing them to be free. So not putting them into a little box and trapping them. And this is what I perceive to be the biggest trap that we have in relationships, is it's not a real trap at all. But the people who know us really well start to top up a little list of, well, you're like this, and you're like that, and you always do this, and you always say that, and he's like this, and this and this and this. And when we do that to another human being, we're creating an identity and trapping them inside of it. And all of us really yearn to be authentic, spontaneous, playful, free, to feel vast, because we're souls. We're much bigger than that ego, than the identity, the personality that we were talking about earlier, the masks that we put on. Deep down, we all long to throw that mask off and to be free, to be whatever the truth of each living moment is. So if we make another human being, if we start trapping them inside a box, sooner or later, they're going to want to break free. And they may try and do that by finding another lover who doesn't see them that way, or by leaving the relationship. So I think what I really wanted to share is, in all your relationships, consider that you don't know this person, even if you've been with them for 40 years. Consider when you wake up in the morning, I don't know you. Who are you? What can I find out about you today? Meet them with a totally open mind and open heart. Do different things together, playful things. Go and have experiences you've never had before. Well, how about we both try surfing or salsa dancing? It doesn't really matter. As long as we keep expanding our boundaries, then we can find freedom even within our commitment. The commitment to freedom and to allowing our beloved to be free is one of the most amazing commitments we can ever make. Transfiguration, this spiritual principle, it means seeing the true nature of another human being. and I believe our true nature is love. And when we fall in love at the beginning of a relationship, we're not bogged down with that whole list of concepts and ideas about who you are. We just meet and we see and we feel so much love and joy. But then over time we start building our little theories about each other, and we start holding the very, very limiting part, which is the list of all the things the other person's done wrong. So you can liberate yourself, liberate your partner by forgiving them. Forgiving them for any place that they may have done something wrong, and keep seeing them with fresh eyes. Keep allowing them to be vaster than they've even expressed, because this is our true nature. It's truly, truly, truly vast. And if we can allow that to one another, then we can really bring our commitment and our freedom together. I still have 5 minutes left. Well, somebody asked me on a training that I did, what kind of a man do you go for? And I said, you know, when I grew up reading these magazines like More Magazine, it was full of little bullet point lists you were meant to make about your ideal partner. Well, he should be like this and this and this. And, you know, they started more material and then they got more spiritual and profound. Well, he should be this and this and this. But something that I've learned along the way is that none of us are that. So if you go looking for a partner with that list in your head, you're starting off with this box already. And everyone is so vast. So my answer to this student who asked me was, actually I've dropped a list and I don't have a type, but my biggest question is, how do I feel in this person's company? Who can I be in this person's company? If I feel restricted, then that's not the person I want to spend my time with. And of course, if somebody's coming with a lot of masks and they're trying to be someone, then it's not so easy to be vulnerable. It's not so easy to be open and to be real. And the more someone else has gone into exposing their depth, their realness, their vulnerability, actually just naturally in their company, it's easier for you to be more open and real. So this is another great thing that I've learned along the way, is rather than looking at the external list of points that you're looking for, just feel, who am I in this person's company? How do I feel? Do I laugh a lot? Do I feel I can be anything? Can I express my deepest vulnerability? Because we come in all shapes and sizes, all jobs, all types of clothing, and this is really a quality that is great in our friends and in our beloveds. I was sharing with my 12-year-old niece. We took her on holiday, me and my sister, and suddenly I thought, wow, there's so much I want to share with her that we didn't learn at school. I'm really passionate, hoping that after this film has come out, that I can make something that reaches teenagers, that we don't have to wait until we're in our 30s or 40s and go to a tantra workshop before we discover that vulnerability is the doorway to being in love all the time, and that we can stay in a relationship and keep opening to love through that magical doorway, which is having the courage to express our vulnerability. So that's it. I think that's what I wanted to share in my 10 minutes. I didn't plan anything, obviously. I had no idea what kind of evening I was coming to. I just jumped up and offered. So thank you for giving me the space, and I hope something useful for you.